Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, welcome. So in today's video, what I'm currently doing is preparing my client for a virgin relaxer. So my client has been natural for quite some time and she's ready to go back to a relaxer. So in this video, what I want to talk about is 14 things to think about before you decide to relax your hair. So we get into all of that, let's roll the intro. So let's get started. So the first one is, this is a chemical and it should be taken serious. And I really want to stress that, how important it is to understand a relaxer is a chemical. And just like coloring your hair, just like putting a perm on your head, which people are still doing perms, anything like that, it is a chemical. I highly suggest to go to a professional to get the service done. I wouldn't do it at my home because it can go wrong so fast. And this was one thing that I seen traveling around social media, and it's not really big, but I want to highlight this before it gets really major in legs. It's important when you are shampooing out the relaxer to utilize neutralizing shampoo. You must neutralize the hair to bring the pH balance back down to its normal level. And only how that can be done is utilizing neutralizing shampoo. Please do not think regular shampoo can be used to remove the relaxer out of your head. It won't work. It will actually damage your hair. So once again, keep in mind, this is a chemical and it must be taken serious. All right, so let's move on to number 2. So this is after you have already relaxed your hair and now you are about to shampoo your hair, and you want to know what shampoo, what conditioner should you have in your home that is staple on how to care for your hair moving forward now that it is relaxed. And the shampoo that you want to have is a clarifying shampoo, because you want to make sure you are cleaning your scalp from top to bottom. Then you want to move in with your strengthening shampoo. With the strengthening shampoo, you are actually feeding the strands of the hair what is needed. With the relaxer, you always want to make sure you keep the strength in the hair. With the relaxer, it does break down, it breaks the bonds. So by breaking the bonds, you do have, your hair would be weaker than what it would be if it was natural. So you want to build that up by utilizing strengthening shampoo, and you always want to end with deep condition your hair. And what conditioner you want to use when you are deep conditioning, you want to use strengthening conditioner. Now, one thing I want to highlight when it comes to using shampoo and conditioner, you always want to use the shampoo and condition that feeds what your hair needs. So by me saying that, you don't want to get a conditioner or a shampoo that says this is for curly hair or this is for straight hair. No, if you are having issues with your hair being weak, then you want to use shampoo and conditioner that feeds the strength of the hair. If you having issues with your hair being over oily, then you want to use a clarifying shampoo, something that removes oils off the head, and so forth and so on. You always want to look at what is the issue, what is the problem with my hair when you are picking out a shampoo and conditioner that can complement your issue. Okay, so moving right along. Number 3, low tension protective style. Also stay away from tight headbands, tight hats, and tight scarves. So you want to keep in mind that your hair is very gentle, so you want to treat it as such. You can still do protective styling, but keep in mind how tight the protective style is. Keep in mind how long you keep the protective style in, because the longer you keep the protective style in, it can weigh down on the hair and it can cause tension as well. And also, when I say tight headbands, tight hats, tight scarves, this can also break the strands of the hair. It can also suffocate the scalp and suffocate the hair, and you can receive damage, breakage, over shedding, and issues as well by having these things on. And keep in mind, if you do wear wigs or weaves, keep in mind those being tight can affect the hair as well. And the number one thing, regardless if you relax or even if you're natural and you're watching this video, please keep in mind this still applies to you as well. Make sure your edges, you are not destroying your edges by making something too tight, bonding your edges down with glue, over excessive glue, things of that sort. It becomes very damaging to our edges. And I always tell people, think about your edges the same way you think about like your eyebrows. Your eyebrows are so fine, they're so delicate, and you wouldn't do too much harsh things to your eyebrows. That's the same with your edges. They are very fine, they are very delicate, and they are very difficult to grow back, sometimes impossible to grow back. So number one thing to always protect is your edges. Okay. So number 4, the earliest you should get a retouch is 3 months. You can stretch it longer than that if you choose to, depending on how your hair adapts. So let's stay right there. So your hair has 2 textures at this moment. You have your relaxed hair, which is your old hair. Then you have your new growth, which is natural. And so you have the line in the middle, that is the line of demarcation. So when I say adapt, sometimes stretching your relaxers to 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, you can receive a lot of shedding, over shedding, because the old hair is weighing down on your new growth and it's weakening the hair. So you will receive over shedding. So what you want to do is just pay attention to your hair, see how your hair adapts. Some people can get relaxers twice a year. Some can get it once a year. Some can get it every 3 months, and some can get it every 4 or 5 months. So you want to play around with that and see how your hair adapts to a relaxer. But what you don't want to do is get it anytime earlier than 3 months, because it's not enough new growth that you can see where you don't overlap the relaxer, and it becomes more of an issue and a problem of overlapping and breaking down the bonds too much, which becomes a problem for your hair. All right, so number 5 is very quick and easy, and it should be a staple in every Black woman's home. But always sleep with a silk or a satin scarf every night, or a silk or a satin bonnet. Now, this doesn't matter if you're relaxed or if you're natural. This can be utilized both ways, but you always want to make sure you use a silk or a satin scarf or a bonnet, because it cares and take care of our hair. It keeps our hair from drying out, and it also keeps us from having breakage and shedding from sleeping at night. Okay, so number 6, stay faithful and loyal to the brand that you use for your relaxer. So what that means is I always use the Affirm Sensitive Scalp Relaxer at my salon. So I always let my clients know that when it comes to a relaxer, you want to stay faithful to the brand that has been already placed on your hair, especially when you receive great results, because you don't want to take the risk of changing over to a different brand of a relaxer and it having a reaction differently. So you want to stay faithful to that brand. You want to stay faithful to the actual relaxer you use when you got your version relaxer, if you can remember that far back. But I definitely believe it's something about staying loyal to a brand that you get the maximum result out of utilizing any type of product. I am that type of person. I utilize Chi, Matrix, Affirm, Paul Mitchell, and every time I go purchase products for my salon, I always go back to the same products that I used that gave me the great results, because I personally believe all products are not created equally. Okay, so number 7, we are halfway there, y'all. So when you are using a flat iron, please use it on low heat. Do not go higher than 350. Stay low when you are using a flat iron, because technically with the relaxer, your hair is already straight. Of course, you still should have just a little bit of texture in your hair. That's texture equals integrity in the hair. But you should have a little bit of texture in the hair, so you only need to use low heat to straighten the hair. Now, you don't want to go past 350. That is too much. You can even go lower than 350 depending on your hair. If your hair is more fine, then you can stay lower than 350. If you have more of a thicker hair and your hair is a little more coarse, then you can play around with 350 degrees, but definitely stay on low heat. Okay, so number 8, always pay attention to your ends. Get them trimmed on a regular basis. So the reason why I stress this is because our ends is a slow killer to our hair. We personally think so many things, but I have noticed in the years of me doing hair, not getting your ends properly trimmed has created so many issues with the hair, because when the ends of the hair is actually split apart, your hair doesn't hold any type of oils, your hair doesn't hold any type of water, your hair doesn't hold any type of conditioner, your hair is weighed down, is the shaft of the hair is shattered. So you want to make sure you pay attention to your ends. Now, getting your ends trimmed is not a haircut. So when you go into the salon, you want to speak that over with your stylist and let your stylist show you what needs to be trimmed, and you and that person come to an agreement. But please keep in mind, you guys, holding on to damaged ends only means you're holding on to damaged hair. It's not going to give you any benefits by holding on to ends that need to come off. It becomes more of a problem at the end of the day. All right, so number 9, enjoy shampooing your hair more often. Every 2 weeks, make sure you are deep condition your hair. It feels lovely. Like, feeling that water on your scalp and having your hair shampooed, the massage, the deep condition, sitting under the dryer, relaxing. This can be a wonderful thing. Just me talking about it now, I feel so relaxed. I say take out that time to just relax and calm and just enjoy that moment. I highly suggest even me as a stylist, I definitely sometimes have my sister come in to shampoo my hair because the experience itself is so relaxing. Having someone massage your scalp and taking care of you, and you could just take that time to just meditate and relax. So I definitely say bring back shampooing and deep conditioning our hair every 2 weeks. I understand if you're in a protective style, you can't necessarily do that, but I'm saying when you are wearing your hair and you can take advantage of it, make sure you shampooing and deep conditioning your hair every 2 weeks. All right, number 10, incorporate your hot oil treatments. You can do this once a month or you can do it twice a month, depending on the dryness of your hair. So hot oil treatments are so good for the hair, you guys. It has like so many benefits. Like, you guys can actually take out the time to look that up. But the number one benefit that it does have that I think is very important with relaxed and natural hair is dryness. It definitely helps with dryness. If you have dryness to the hair, you have dryness to the scalp, you should incorporate your hot oil treatments. Like I said, you could do this once a month. You can do it twice a month. But you want to keep it as a staple, something that you incorporate, something that you do, especially around the summer months. The sun, we're outside more and we're enjoying the outdoors. And then on top of that, the sun is just beaming on our head, on our scalp. So you can incorporate hot oil treatments to treat the hair. Once again, like I said, if you are natural, you can incorporate your hot oil treatments as well. So yeah. Okay, so number 11, this is after you have got a fresh relaxer. You want to give yourself at least 4 to 6 weeks before you go into a protective style. I highly don't suggest to get a relaxer then immediately do a protective style, especially if it's going to create tension to the hair. You don't want to do that because your hair has already went through that chemical service. Your bonds has already been broken down. You want to be very gentle with your hair. You want to be very free with your hair, which means I definitely suggest just straighten it and wear your hair down. I wouldn't do ponytails. I wouldn't do braids. I wouldn't do sew-ins, anything like that right after directly coming from a relaxer. You just want to let your hair relax and you want to let your hair breathe and you want to let your hair heal and adapt to the change that has been done to it. So definitely don't go into a protective style. Take it easy. Okay, so number 12, you want to drink water. You want to incorporate and make water like your main source of beverage. And also you want to incorporate more greens in your diets to strengthen the hair. This also feeds the hair, and these are the things that you need to work from the inside out. So you want to incorporate more water and you want to incorporate more greens to your daily diet. Okay, number 13, do not flat iron your hair more than twice a month. On the other times, you can take advantage and utilize hairstyles that doesn't give direct heat. And some of those styles are like roller sets. You can do straw set, perm rides, flexi rides, things of that sort. You can still do those styles and your hair is relaxed as well. Those are not direct heat. Direct heat is like flat irons or a hot comb. That is a direct heat style. So the heat is directly on the hair. So you're going under the dryer is more gentle to the hair. It takes a longer time to do those styles, but it's still cute. They can last just as long. But when you are flat ironing your hair, you want to keep in mind, how often have you done that? I don't suggest to do it any more than twice a month, or you could do it less than that. You can always just do it once a month, but keep in mind, do not pass twice a month. I don't suggest it. All right, so we are at number 14, the final one. If you had a relaxer before, try to remember how that was. If it wasn't good for you, then do not do a relaxer. Relaxers are not for everyone. So that kind of says it all. So if you were someone that had a relaxer before, and when your hair was relaxed, you receive more problems, more issues, more damage, more shedding, scalp issues, it didn't compliment you at all, then do not get it. It's not a necessary thing. All black women don't have to have relaxed hair. All black women don't have to have natural hair. All black women don't have to have locks. All black women don't have to have braids. All black women don't have to wear their natural color. All black women don't have to get their hair colored. We have the luxury of doing what we want to do. Just make sure your hair is healthy when you're doing it. All right, so we're at the end of today's video. I do believe this video has a lot of great information. Please share and save this video. It can help so many people, you guys. And just go back to the video and listen to it again and see if it's something that you didn't get the first time you watched it. But thank you so much for your love and support. Please remember to drink your water for healthy hair, skin, and nails. And I'll talk to you guys next time.